This is a video of the Titan submersible lying on the ocean floor, which went missing somewhere in 2023. On June 18, 2023, at 9:01 a.m., the Titan submersible was launched into the North Atlantic Ocean to view the famous and sinkable Titanic wreck. For the 5 people inside, this was going to be an exciting expedition because they were about to experience the Titanic shipwreck at a depth of 3,800 meters with their own eyes for the first and the last time. Approximately an hour and a half later, contact with Titan was lost. What happened to Titan? Were the passengers inside still alive? For the next 2 days, the world was abuzz with only this discussion. After a 2-day search operation, a final report arrived. The search team found some scattered parts of Titan, which indicated that no one inside had survived. For the first time after the Titan submersible accident, new and official details have come to light. The U.S. Coast Guard, after its investigation, has made public the conversations between Titan and its mothership, Polar Prince. What conversations took place between Titan and its mothership from the depths of the ocean? What did they see when they reached the Titanic wreck? And what was the last message received by the mothership before the signal was lost? Welcome once again to Discover TV. After a year and a half, the U.S. Coast Guard has released a video of half of Titan's hull, which can be seen lying alone at a depth of 3,775 meters on the ocean floor. This appears to be the rear section of the submersible, meaning the part that exploded was actually the front section, where all 5 passengers were seated. In another video released by the Coast Guard, the front section of the submersible is also shown in a completely destroyed state. Pieces of carbon fiber are scattered across the ocean floor, proving that Titan's front section imploded due to ocean pressure. That is, the water pressure first crushed the front section of the hull, and due to the same pressure, the rear section detached. The part found at the bottom of the ocean was discovered by a remotely controlled submersible, which was sent by Pelagic Research Services on June 22, 2023, 3 days after Titan lost contact. Astonishingly, the wreckage of Titan, which had gone to see the Titanic, was found just 1,600 feet away from the Titanic wreck itself. But you will be even more surprised to know that 112 years ago, a first-class ticket on the Titanic cost only £150, which, when converted to today's currency, equals about $300. In contrast, the passengers inside Titan had purchased a ticket for $500,000 to see the Titanic wreck. As Titan descended into the dark depths of the Atlantic Ocean, it maintained contact with its mothership, Polar Prince, for about an hour and a half. Titan had a total of 3 tourists on board, including well-known Dubai businessman and adventure sports enthusiast Hamish Harding, as well as 2 members of a Pakistani family, Shehzada Dawood and his son, Solman Dawood. Among the crew members was Stockton Rush, the owner of OceanGate and the operator of Titan. Lastly, there was Paul Henry Nargeolet, a Titanic shipwreck expert who had visited the RMS Titanic wreck dozens of times. After the accident, everyone wanted to know what exactly happened at the bottom of the ocean that caused Titan to implode, because at the moment Titan lost contact, U.S. Navy underwater radars detected a strange, unnatural sound in the ocean. This sound raised many concerns. What was the source of this sound? Had a marine creature attacked Titan, or was it some kind of SOS signal? The world was still looking for answers when a news article surfaced related to Titan's past record. It revealed that in 2018, OceanGate's director of operations, David Lockridge, was fired by CEO Stockton Rush for raising concerns about Titan safety. In fact, Titan was a submersible designed and developed by Stockton Rush himself. Its body was specifically made of carbon fiber material that was not extensively tested or certified for deep-sea adventures. This meant that Titan was an experimental submersible, and it was never certified by any official department. David Lockridge repeatedly warned OceanGate CEO that Titan was not safe for passengers, but his concerns were ignored. Eventually, when he was fired, David published an engineering report in 2018 explaining why a carbon fiber hull was not safe for a submersible at a depth of 4,000 meters. This dispute between OceanGate CEO and David also went to court, but no verdict had been reached by the time Titan's accident occurred. After the tragedy, when this report became public, it raised many questions about Titan's construction. If the submersible was still in an experimental phase, why was it used for underwater tourism? Was there no regulatory body in the U.S. overseeing such expeditions? Meanwhile, another problem rose for OceanGate. The family of crew member Paul Henry Nargeolet, the Titanic shipwreck expert, sued OceanGate for millions of dollars. They claimed that Paul had seen the Titanic wreck more times than anyone else in the world, 37 times live, and that no one else in the world had as much knowledge about the famous Titanic shipwreck as he did. The lawsuit accused OceanGate of hiding past mistakes from the public, leading to the loss of their family member. With mounting court and media pressure, a high-level inquiry was deemed necessary to determine the cause of Titan's implosion and identify who was responsible. As a result, Canada's Transportation Safety Board and the U.S. Marine Bureau launched a joint investigation. For the first time, details about Titan that had been concealed by OceanGate came to light. Investigators discovered that in January 2018, Titan had been fully manufactured and assembled. However, just a month later, an issue rose during a test dive. Despite this incident, Titan successfully reached a depth of 4,200 meters, where the ocean pressure is 6,150 psi, equivalent to the weight of an entire Lexus car on a single square inch. Since Titan passed the 4,200-meter test, many believed its carbon fiber hull was safe, but the investigation revealed that, according to industry standards, a submersible must be tested at 1.5 times the maximum depth it is expected to reach. Since the Titanic wreck lies 3,800 meters below, Titan should have been tested at least 4,750 meters, but this was never done. Not only that, but in 2019, a pilot identified a crack in Titan's inner carbon fiber hull. This warning was deliberately ignored. For the first time, investigators also released an animation of Titan's journey from launch to implosion, along with the public disclosure of conversations between the mothership, Polar Prince, and Titan. On June 16, 2023, at 9:00 a.m., Polar Prince departed from a Canadian port and took 2 days to reach the location, where the Titanic wreck lay 3,800 meters below. On June 18th, at 9:19 a.m., Titan was launched from Polar Prince. As it descended, Titan continuously updated Polar Prince about its depth and location. At 10:47 a.m., when Titan was at 3,346 meters, just 454 meters away from the Titanic wreck, it sent its final message: drop to weights. Weights are attached to a submersible to help it descend, and they can be released to slow the descent. As soon as Titan sent this message, contact with Polar Prince was lost forever. We hope you enjoyed this video by Discover TV. Thank you for your likes, shares, and heartwarming comments. See you in the next amazing video.